Let's.
Okay.
We're still on chapter 1.
You're still on chapter 1, yes. As you guys may or may not remember, you stopped off. You just entered a room that was looking pretty fabulous compared to the other rooms you've been in.
Super fabulous.
Yeah, you just escaped from the stone golem, who is, you can kind of vaguely hear it kind of like stomping around confused because its prey slipped and it has no idea like what's going on. But it's not coming after you at all. It can't fit through the door. So the only door leading forward has, on either side of it, the wall have these opulent-looking dragon carvings. Both of them are facing, they're like identical, but they're both facing inward towards the door. There's what used to be carpeting, but it's kind of like rotted away and frosted over the years, so it's kind of like, it looks like it would have been really nice, but it's kind of disheveled looking now, but it's carpeted all the way inward toward the door.
Just curious about that opening.
Yes.
Does it have obvious scorch marks around the dragon's mouth? That what's-his-face did say there were traps and stuff. I don't trust it. I don't trust a lick of that carving.
Search for traps.
Check to search?
Do you want to make a check? Go ahead and make a check.
I would love to in that case to try and figure out. Can I try like a... what would be a good one? Vaidoyn wants to attempt to make a... just a general intelligence check.
General intelligence check?
Yeah, just to see, like, there should be scorching, or does it smell like fire around there, or flame, or gas, or something that would burn. Intelligence.
What do you got, buddy?
5!
Okay.
Door's fine. No, it doesn't smell. This is too cold for something to burn. It's not going to happen.
Well, okay, so you go up to the door. You kind of, like, take a few cautious steps towards it. And then you need to make a dex save.
All right.
Falgar's not
Sounds good.
surprised.
Sounds good. 13.
A trapdoor opens in front of the door. And
no.
You fall 10 feet.
Oh, no.
So that's, I think it's deep 10.
Nothing.
Isn't it?
Nope. 10 feet's nothing.
Oh, okay.
It's beyond 10 feet.
No, alright, well then you hit the ground. The walls are sheer. They are iced over.
Found the trap, guys!
Good job.
You hear slight mechanical sounding cackling coming from the dragons.
Okay.
But it sounds like a recording.
Like,
so like...
the Joker.
yeah. And then it just stops. So unfortunately...
It got you.
Unfortunately, there's a big hole in front of the door now.
Does it span the entire width of the door?
It is about 5 by 5 in front of the door. And it is 10 feet deep.
Okay.
And,
how wide is the doorway? Are there...
it's like,
the double doors?
It's a singular door, just like a regular door. So like the floor, like the opening kind of hangs over a little bit, like it covers. Yeah, it's a little bit wider than the door itself.
Beautiful.
So you have a friend down in a pit.
I have rope.
Okay. So if you're gonna do that, are you gonna like?
So I'm gonna tie the rope around.
Verm will also assist.
Falgar and Verm are going to be anchors.
Because Verm, like, you hand the rope to Falgar, and Verm kind of thinks about this situation for a moment.
Lindsey just said she was tying it around him.
And then Verm also takes the rope.
He's like the rock that you
Falgar.
tie around.
Falgar is staring wistfully at
No.
And all of a sudden the rope just starts...
Falgar thinks new belt flattering.
I think it's very flattering. So now all you need to do is stand there and pose with it, and then just strut your stuff when we tell you to.
Okay.
Because the walls are sheer and they're iced over, you will need to make some kind of... You can't just climb up. I will need something from you. So whatever you want to do to get up.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you can try to pull them up, then you guys will have to roll.
Can I climb the rope instead?
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you're going to use the rope to like rappel up, I'll need something from you because
Falgar.
I just want to climb the rope itself.
Oh, you're just going to hand over hand? Okay.
All right, stay there.
Falgar just pulls the rope.
All right. Give me a strength check anyway, just to make sure you don't fall again.
Athletics?
Yeah, athletics or whatever that you would want to use.
I'll just do straight strength.
Okay.
I don't have athletics. 10.
You just barely make it.
10. I help.
Falgar stays
Let me do
strong.
it. Hold on. Let me do a thing.
Are you also pulling?
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
So
that's a 24.
Fenella does more work than either of you combined.
Falgar's
Let the
just
lady do it.
Falgar's just spinning in circles.
Bear, what'd you expect?
You get back up effortlessly, and unfortunately, the trap does not reset. So there is a 5-foot hole in front of the door you need to pass through. Fortunately, the door itself is open, so you won't jump into it if you have to hop it.
Falgar has idea.
Oh boy.
We send
Vaidoyn or Adric? The Paladin or the Warlock?
What are they?
The Warlock fell down the hole.
They're both humans, right?
Yeah.
Send tiny human back in hole. And that's where the plan stops.
I mean, in all honesty, I was gonna kind of want to look at the trap a little bit better to see if we could reset at least half of it to just close one of the doors again.
Okay.
Can I try it again to make it?
Falgar says you're welcome.
What are you gonna roll for it?
I'm gonna attempt again an intelligence check on this one because hopefully I'm intelligent. Nope, I got a 6 this time.
You peer down into the hole and you can see that the doors that collapse inward are pressed right up against it, and you don't see any obvious handholds to pull them up.
That's fine.
So
not happening.
Verm is going to just try. He's going to pick up Kalis because he doesn't trust the tiny elf boy.
Throw the small one.
He's going to make a jump across, and he actually does have athletics, so I'm going to make it.
Is there even a ledge for him to land on?
The door is open, so you can just jump through the door.
Just a 10-foot hop.
Yeah.
He's jumping the length of this room.
No, he's not gonna
How the hell are we gonna just open the door?
No, the door itself is already open, and the
Okay.
pitfall just is in your way.
Gotcha. That's
he's gonna
alright.
Jump and
Seriously.
Verm misjudges,
No,
and
I did fine.
he falls into the hole.
Excuse me, are all the guys shit?
Falgar begins to laugh, and then he takes a running leap through it.
Okay, go ahead, Falgar.
Falgar, show off!
No, I took the rope back. The rope is back in my pack. I am not keeping that on him. I told him he can have his belt later.
A 20.
You make it. You make it across.
Alright.
You do a little cartoon ballerina hop across.
Oh my god,
Adric 2 is having none of this and also takes a running jump. 12.
You make it.
So Adric's fine. Just strength check or athletics if you have.
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics, whatever you think would be best for you to jump across with.
Strength check.
Okay, that works.
Okay, jump.
You make it across handily.
You wasted all your nat 20s this game.
You wasted 2 nat 20s on 2
Makes me kind of sad.
sad skill checks.
And who else needs to make it across, Rob?
Vaidoyn is also going to take a running jump.
Okay.
He makes it this time.
Okay.
14.
Yep, that makes it. Vern's going to try to press against the walls and just shimmy his way up.
Isn't it sheer?
It is, but he's going to try it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a chance he can do it.
He's still got a rope down there.
If not, you might have just have him use the rope again. So he's just going to try it real quick because he doesn't want to inconvenience you guys.
Verm, grab the damn rope! Adric's pulling him up. He's having none of this.
Oh, so the rope's back out again?
That's a 19 for pulling him up.
Yeah, he makes it up, so he's good.
Grab the
You
damn
guys are
rope.
all up, and Kalis is like, oh boy, what an adventure!
You're all a bunch of imbeciles, says Adric.
Yeah, he's still baked, that's right.
Alchemy.
Okay, so the room you enter in now, after that bumblefuck that just happened,
Tiny man, more annoying than normal.
the room itself is pretty sparse and empty looking. It's very, very unlike the opulent room you just passed through. This is surprisingly just almost prison cell, flat walls. There is only one thing in it, and she is standing at the opposite side of it. It is a dryad, and she is in front of a door that is directly across the room from you.
Facing the door or facing us?
She's facing you, and so she just saw you bumblefuck your way through that pit. She looks very annoyed, but she also
at how we bumblefucked it.
Yes, at watching two grown ass men fall through a hole. She, but more than annoyed, she looks very tired, and she the leaves and the vines that make up her body are starting to brown, and they're looking a little bit withered and worn out.
Gross.
And she says, "What are all of you doing here?"
Adric immediately turns to our baked companion and goes, "You told us there was a book down here. This is obviously not a book."
And Kalis goes,
"That's a tree, lady."
Kalis is like, or no, Verm is like, "Well, eventually it could be a book." And the Dryad looks offended.
Vaidoyn looks offended.
We all kind of turn to him and go, "What the fuck, man?"
What is book?
Kalis kind of slaps his face and shakes his head a little bit, and he kind of snaps out of it, and he's like, We're here for the Tome of Iapwa. Like, who are you and what are you doing here?" And the Dryad, again, she rubs her forehead. She just looks so worn out by this already. And
Falgar know how you feel.
She's like...
Tiny man make Falgar feel same.
She says, "I can't let you have that. And for one thing, the name is Iapoet. Not Iapwa, Iapoet. I can't let you pass to get that book, because the power that it is holding back is too much for anyone in this realm to handle. I see you've already made it past all the guards and the defenses, but at this point I'm going to ask you politely to turn around and leave. This is not for you. Go home."
"Why?" says Adric, stepping forward.
She rubs her eyes again, and she steps forward to confront you on this.
That's fine.
And she is going, and Kalis is also following you behind, because he does not like being told no after everything that's happened to him to get here.
Okay.
She says that the tome contains a power, a being, and it must be kept here hidden, because there's no one in this planet that can destroy it.
Falgar can.
I turn on my divine senses.
Okay.
How big is this room again?
It is about 20 by... It's about like 40 by 40.
Okay.
It's very big for just one little
That's
drive.
fine. I have a 60-foot radius around me
Okay.
that I know the location of all celestials, fiends, undead, etc. And let me check exactly one more thing on it. Because I get all spells. I gotta see what else Hollow gives me. Yeah, so... Celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead can't enter the area, nor can any creature charm, frighten, or possess creatures within it. Any creature charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature is no longer charmed, frightened, etc.
So is this a detection spell, or are you trying to keep her from coming closer?
I'm detecting.
Okay.
I want to see what's here.
Seems like it's multi-use.
It
as
is.
other things.
But, like, will she be repelled by it when you do it, or...
Is she a celestial, elemental, fae, or fiend, or undead?
Well, she's Dryad, so...
You might want to look that up in your monster
I
manual.
don't think they're fae. Maybe they are.
You just should make a quick check for
And
that.
they can be the player's handbook.
Sure.
Just to make sure I get this right.
Falgar make...
This might be fucking things up a bit. We're gonna find out.
Falgar make nature check on whether druid fae or not. Oh, I got a 6. That's a tree.
That's a tree lady!
It's a tree lady.
That's a pretty tree lady. Yep, they are. She is a fae.
Ooh. You're gonna piss off...
Nope, it doesn't. It just detects.
Oh, okay, just the text. Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah, so it just detects those things.
Okay.
So she is a fae, but there's no other fae, like no other celestial? No other amazingly buff presence of some sort? It's 60-foot radius.
Okay, 60-foot radius.
So 20 feet beyond the confines of...
Yeah, and you said it was... What are the things? Fey, demon?
Celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, undead.
Let me just check one more thing on that.
Excuse me. Celestial, fiend, and undead.
Okay.
So basically all of the, like, gods and monsters, or the angels and demons stuff.
Does it detect anything besides creatures?
It detects things that have been consecrated or desecrated.
Okay. Then, so she, like your vision kind of goes dark for everything except for those things, and you see her, she's lit up. She's lit up as fuck. Yep, that's the Fae.
Okay.
Behind her, behind the door, you see a small object that is just glowing.
So there is another door in there.
Yeah, she was guarding it.
Glowing as in consecrated, or glowing as in desecrated?
Consecrated.
Okay.
That she, like, it is just like that, like, you could not have more neon signs with arrows pointing towards it.
That's all I need to know.
There's some shit there, but the object itself is very tiny.
Like
is
a
it book-sized?
It's book-sized.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
I mean, considering you're at 60 feet, it's kind of difficult to tell, but, like, you could probably estimate it's about the size of a book.
That's fine.
Maybe it's a pop-up book.
So, you said nothing in this realm can contain it?
That's right, nothing in this realm.
I see.
Yes. He's never seen a book like
and
that.
And Kalis is like, wait, hold on. You're not believing her, are you? We came all this way to get this book.
Adric just pushes him aside for a second, pushes him back.
What?
And looks at the dryad and goes, "Lady, we're not from this realm."
And she kind of, like, freezes in place, and she squints her eyes, and she goes, "What?"
I, Adric Stoutorm, third of his name, fourth in the line of the Sovereign of Eldari, I was not of this realm. I'm not from here. This is not my home.
And she again goes, "What?" And Kalis goes, "What?"
What?
You guys aren't from here?
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Oh, that explains all the magic.
Yeah.
And so she kind of, like, lights up, and so she's, like, happy. It looks like she's been happy for the first time in centuries.
There's hope.
And Kalis goes, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We came here for the book, and whatever power it contains, whatever thing is in there, I'm not just going to fling it open and read the ancient scrolls within it. I'm going to take it back, and I'm going to research it. We have facilities that we can use to research this thing. And the Dryad just goes, "No. It needs to be destroyed now. You have to burn it. Whatever he says, you have to burn it."
Falgar is cold.
So
I can inch close to you with my
So
fire.
if we agree to burn it, you'd let us have it.
you would have to burn it in front of me so I can make sure it actually gets done. And Kalis is again, like, trying to persuade you to do it. He's going nuts. Like, he's, like, babbling inconsistently in speech.
Yeah.
And she is just
Give him
kind
more
of
drugs.
standing, like, still about it. And she says, "My name is Soraeus, and if you give me your word that you will burn it, I'll let you pass."
You would accept my oath as a paladin.
Of course.
Let's talk for a moment.
Okay?
I'm calling these guys over and going out of her earshot for a moment.
Okay. Are you bringing Kalis with you? Or are you still ignoring him? Vern grabs him by the shoulder so he doesn't do something stupid.
And Vern, we'll fill you in just a moment if you're
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah,
Keep
Vern
Kalis
will-
off to the side while we talk.
Vern will pick him up and hold him over his head.
You know what? Kalis can come. We'll bring him too.
Okay.
Sure.
Go ahead,
I just want to be out of the way. Because I want to know, what the fuck does Kalis want to do with this book? Like, why? Kalis, like, you wanted this book so bad. Why?
He tells you that, like I told you, this book is everything. It could contain arcane secrets that could better everyone. We could cure hunger by creating food. We could unlock sorceries that could construct houses in an instant. We could save so many lives with this thing if I could only get a chance to look at it.
You just said you weren't going to open it up, though.
well, I'm going to do some extensive research on it. We're going to make sure that it's safe before we proceed. But the idea of destroying it and eliminating whatever secrets it may hold just because some tree lady tells you to...
Falgar bored. Me go talk to tree lady.
I go with Falgar to talk to tree lady.
Falgar walks up to tree lady.
Which one?
Do birds live in
Vaden's just
you?
listening.
He wants to touch the tree lady.
And Adric's gonna push him aside from him. He's like, buddy, we'll touch the tree lady.
Where's squirrels? Squirrels live in trees. Where's her squirrels?
Well, honey, no squirrels could live in me under here. It's very cold, you see.
Falgar make you warm.
Oh my! Let's talk about that later, sweetheart.
Ma'am, I need to know exactly what is this book? What does it contain? You've given very limited information on that.
And she looks over to see that like the rest of the party is keeping Kalis away, and she makes sure that like there will be no interruptions because again she looks very exhausted. Like she looks like she's been through this exact process dozens and dozens of times. And she says that 1,000 years ago there was a dragon by the name of Iapoet, and his species was dying out. In order to save them, he decided that the lives of every person on this planet didn't matter, and that he would try to freeze the planet over so that his species could thrive again.
Was he a white dragon? Out of character.
He was a white dragon,
Okay.
yeah. She's talking about white dragon.
Okay, just making sure.
She continues to say that, as you may have noticed, the magic in this world is not very strong. There are not a lot of powerful sorcerers here. This is not a land of adventurers or brave knights.
Or Falgar.
These are simple people. So, in desperation, they channeled every bit of magic they could and brought forth a hero, a dwarven paladin by the name of Adric Deepgrog. They brought him here and his adventuring party, and together we fought against Iapoet. It took everything we had, but we managed to seal him inside of a tome. We couldn't kill him. We didn't have the strength. By the time we got him weakened, our numbers were limited. And once he was sealed away, Abec succumbed to his wounds, leaving me alone to guard it. And I conscripted the people of this world to build this tomb, this temple, to dissuade anyone from approaching it. I don't have the magic ability to destroy this book, so it's my duty to keep it secure until someone could. If you open this book, Iapoet will be freed, and he will continue where he left off, and this planet does not have the strength to call forth another adventuring party. They don't have that money to gamble.
So if I gave my oath... Sorry, is she done? With
She's done talking.
If I gave my oath as a paladin to remove it from this plane of existence, you would let me have it?
I would let you have it, and I would watch as you burned it.
How much do you, out of character,
Sure.
how much does your character know about white dragons? Could you make a roll?
Check, yes,
Okay.
just to see. I'm just curious. I'll do it for Vaidoyn and Adric.
Okay.
Adric probably doesn't... Well, I'll give Adric history on white dragons.
Okay.
So he's going to get 24.
Okay.
And Vaidoyn is going to do the same for another 24. They both know the same. They know shit tons about white dragons.
Let me just pull that up.
Because I know some dragons are good.
Well,
I mean, either good or ambivalent.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
Actually, what do knowledge checks, like levels of...
You don't
Yeah.
have general knowledge checks anymore.
You do know that as far as white
It's
dragons
like,
go,
for instance, like history might tell you stuff in the background.
Well,
Arcana
the
might tell you
thing
things
is,
about
like,
magic.
is it just DM's discretion what he tells you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The higher the number, the more things you know.
out of
Okay.
20 for a 24.
Mhm.
First off, you know that white dragons are not friendly.
Okay.
They are not good people.
Never
They,
mind.
And from what Soraya's told you, this dragon was willing to wipe out an entire planet of other species just so that his family could keep going.
I'm aware.
So not a guy you can reason with. You also tell that they're big fellas. They are the one that, like, the way that she explained it, it would be gargantuan.
Okay.
That's big.
It's a big fella. It would more than likely fuck you guys up.
Or just fly the fuck away.
What's their usual... So his motive was power. He wanted to control the whole plane?
He wanted to freeze the planet over so that his species could thrive. And he was pretty close to doing it sounds like, considering this forest itself is a barren, frozen wasteland. Still.
Okay.
So...
Question.
Yes.
I think this is insight. Can I use kind of like a check motive just to make sure the Dryad's actually being authentic?
Yeah, go ahead.
I love how last game I was crap, and this one's been doing
Third
good.
nat
So
20 in a row.
23.
She is being completely honest with you. Like, everything she's told you, like, you can see it in her eyes, and you can see it in like the tone of her voice that, like, as she's telling it to you, she was reliving it. And she was not happy to do that.
Okay.
If burning it is all it takes, why haven't you burned it yet? Anybody here? I mean, wood is abundant.
I'm a dryad.
Insensitive.
I'm not asking, I said anybody.
I'm a dryad. I can't cast fire spells.
And no one else has come to bother to set it ablaze?
How do we know that burning it wouldn't also release this guy, this dragon, this Aya poet?
Because that was the the rules of the enchantment, of the sealing that placed it in that tome in the first place. Our plan was to burn it, but our spellcaster died before he could finish it.
Can Vaidoyn make an Arcana check to test that based on looking at the book? Can I look at the book to test that, he asks, to make sure that's what it actually says? On the arcane weaving of the spell on the book?
Can you still see through the...
That's not... No, Vaidoyn is the other guy. He's the
Vaidoyn.
the
Okay,
Warlock.
so that was okay.
He's asking if he can see it from a distance, look at it to...
She'll let you into the room, but she insists that she stands in front of the doorway so that you can't enter it until you give her the Paladin oath. She won't let you actually enter the room.
That's fine, assuming Vaidoyn can see it at a distance. He wants to make an Arcana check.
Okay.
To test and see if that's actually what would happen written in the enchantment on the book.
She lets you in, and you stand in the doorway.
10. Vaiden's a shit.
You
today.
can when you do your check, you kind of like can detect. You can kind of see the magic that's swirling around it.
Mm-hmm.
There are it would look like glowing rings around the book. You can't see what the inscriptions say on these rings, like glowing rings of energy sealing it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, from the check that Lindsey made, like you can tell that she so far is still being incredibly honest with this, and that they were so close to killing him.
Last question from me. Will moving the book in any way break its bindings?
And she hesitates to say it because she wants to make sure it's very clear here. I suppose you could pick it up, but if it's opened even slightly, everything will break.
So from a distance, like, can you describe this book to us?
It looks like an ordinary, like, tome, like just like a regular old book. You can't see any title or like anything that looks like writing on the title.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a blank cover.
And no thing to allow you to close it or lock it shut or anything on it?
Looks like they didn't even get a chance to make it fancy.
Huh.
This was, like, she again, like...
Make a roll.
What are you rolling, Nick?
Nat 20.
4.
An idea.
Oh.
Falgar have idea. As the hamsters in Falgar's brain begin to spin furiously, smoke starts to come out of his ears.
time in Falgar's
One
life.
flies out of the wheel.
Have
Falgar-
you seen that video of the hamsters running in the wheel and it goes too fast and they just start, like...
Yeah, they start getting
spinning?
caught and flipping around. Falgar, remember, back in Tower, Magic Furnace. Let's take book back to Magic Furnace.
Falgar, for once you and I are on the same page this adventure so far.
Yeah, but how do we get back?
I lit a bonfire, says Vaidoyn. You can see it for miles. It's still got about 5 days worth of burn time in there as well.
And so, Soraya's kind of looks at your party while you're discussing this, and she goes, "Can none of you cast fire spells?" And she, like, gestures at you. She's like,
I have 2.
yes!
Adric is
All you need to do is burn it! All you need to do is cast the fire
But
spell!
Falgar,
Adric under his breath is going, damn it, I didn't want her to say that. I didn't want her to know.
but Falgar wants to make fancy socks out of book, because that's what might come out of fancy furnace.
I mean,
is fancy socks.
what?
You know, the trash to the
trash
Like,
to go in the
no, I
furnace.
get it. I get it.
The
I
weird-
Just,
Yeah.
how did you get socks?
Maybe
out?
it'll be dragon socks. 'Cause that's what this is going through Falgar's. The idea took a clearly.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you
That
don't
took
need
a 180.
enchanted fire, I mean.
No, you do. It needs to be a spell.
Okay.
Like, she makes it clear that you
Okay.
can't just, like, light it with a torch.
I mean, I am standing there with like my,
Yeah, and she's like-
fire, but
She's gesturing, like, to you and to the book, like, yes, all you need... If you guys really are from another plane, if you are from another realm of existence, you can destroy it right now!
hold on, I'll let Rob finish thinking. He's making faces. I'm gonna let us finish thinking.
Adric is grinding his teeth. Fine. And he stalks off.
Okay.
Is
Kalis
this
is
whole
like...
problem that he wanted to bring this somewhere else?
I can't tell you that, unless you go ask him.
I'm
you-
gonna go ask him because now I'm wondering what his being is bond is.
And, like, Soraya's kind of is like, no, come.
I'll be back.
Okay. Alright, you guys go have your conversation then.
Okay, so. What do you want to know?
I want to know why you're all bent out of shape about this.
Because the gods are shit. And this looks like a wonderful tool to stick it to them if we can get up to the top of that tower.
So instead of burning it, you want to try to keep it.
Yeah, to unleash it and burn it at the proper time. Or unleash it on the gods.
But you have no way of knowing that's actually going to go after the gods and not us.
Correct. I don't have a full plan yet. This is a starting point.
I feel like this is a huge gamble and not have a huge plan.
This is way
It
more
was-
tense than I thought it was
It
going
was
to
a,
be.
it was a huge gamble walking into that tower in the first place.
I thought the biggest conflict would be with Kalis. I didn't expect this.
It was
Married couples!
by the way-
Oh, I'm sorry.
By the way, Verm is like holding Kalis back while he's trying to frantically claw and scratch his way towards the book. But Verm is just way too big. He's just like holding him all stoic.
Yeah, I
Anywho.
can imagine that.
Yeah, no. Going into the tower was a gamble in the first place. What's one more?
The one that could finally destroy us? I just don't like. I just don't like holding on to it. Do we have like a belt or something?
No,
we
he,
can just
he
completely put it
says,
shut?
he says, fine, and walks off again.
Where's the magic items?
D&G.
Here, let me.
Why
What are you looking up?
Does anyone have like a handy haversack?
Nope.
No one bought one of those?
No.
Really? How did no one? With our group, we should at least have one. I think
Nope.
I might give Jonathan one, even though he's
Maybe
back
you
in
can
the
buy
thing.
one when you get back to the tower.
I bought a different thing.
Maybe if I throw the book in the furnace, I'll get one
Anyway,
back.
so Adric is not making the vote on this one.
Okay.
He is not. If you guys want to burn it, you burn it.
B.
So I think the discussion I want to have potentially like kind of out of theme a little bit is getting the elevator to reappear again. I think my decision making at the
question.
moment is that we need to burn the book in order to get the elevator to appear again. But we need to finish the quest to get back down. And I'm under the assumption that finishing the quest is burning the book right now.
Or opening it.
Could be.
So
Could be. I mean, we did have that vision at the very beginning of that voice in our head saying, burn it, and whatever you do, burn it. So,
yeah, but
true.
I assumed that was.
But Adric
What's her
also thinks the gods are shit, and he's going to take any tool at his disposal to do
Yes.
it. And he has said as much.
But I
to
don't think
you.
we're gonna be able to get back without burning it.
So you do you. He said fine, and walked off.
Because I didn't want to have that conversation in front of everyone else because of the whole being from a different dimension.
So
sort
this
of
is
thing.
this is a conversation going on in your head.
At the moment, yes. Thank
That's
you
fine.
For petting my head.
The bag of holding.
It should be at the very beginning. It's all alphabetical order.
Yeah.
The haversack isn't the one I'm thinking about.
Okay.
So Adric is not taking the front on this one.
Bag of
Fine. I'll go
tricks.
talk to Vaidoyn.
Okay.
There
Fuck
it is.
Adric.
Hello.
Go talk to the other part of my husband.
A Rob divided cannot stand.
Hello.
Fine. So I'll talk to him about burning the book and trying to get the
Because
elevator to him.
Vaiden's currently talking to the dryad lady.
Okay, then I pull him aside, not wanting to be too weird about things and going, we need to get back to a different part of the dimension and this weird tower thing that we're totally in right now. You know, not wanting to freak her out.
Yep.
So, same conversation I had in my head. And...
Sounds totally legit. Burning it's probably the best idea.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, she's very excited about this, and Kalis is like, no! And Verm just covers his mouth.
I also agree with that. I mean, I feel kind of bad for Kalis, but he's just gonna
Now
have to deal with
Vaiden
it.
will still listen to Kalis for a moment. But
Okay.
he tells him, Kalis, you gotta calm down. I will hear you out. Utterly serene again. I will
Okay.
hear you out. I want to know what in that book do you know will be a benefit to humanity?
Without
And then he kind of like stammers a bit, and he's like, well, I mean, it contains arcane secrets. It contains, it obviously has to contain something important that we can use to better society. It's important. We can't just give up on this. We can't just destroy my life's work like this.
Can we give him a chance?
Correct. I agree. Inquiry is a thing that should be garnered forever. You were saying, sorry?
Can we give him a chance to look at the enchantments on the outside before we, like, without him touching it? Is there anything that he can glean from it before we
Does he
destroy
know
it?
magic?
He does not know magic at all.
Oh,
All right. So then
Alright, never mind.
Vaiden's gonna ask the enchantress. How long have you been guarding this book?
I've been down here for almost 1,000 years now.
How long has the dragon been in the book?
1,000 years.
So you were there when they bound him to it?
I was in the party that did it.
I motion to her, and I go up to our toasted buddy, and I'm like, is that a good enough source of information for you on the tenets of what can and could be?
You
Can I make a persuasion check
make
for
a
him?
persuasion, and Soraeus is going to do the same thing.
Yep. 23.
She had a nat 20. So,
nice.
Kalis fumes and huffs and stammers, and he just kind of goes despondent. And he's like, do whatever you want.
Okay. Falgar opens the book.
No, Soraeus tackles before you can get that close.
Falgar never read book before.
Well, Falgar gets to touch the tree later, so shut up.
Falgar is currently touching the tree.
Falgar is touching the tree.
Tree's got boobs.
It feels like a tree, guys.
You're so stiff, Soraeus. Alright, so,
Lindsey?
what are you doing then?
I'm gonna go burn the book.
Okay.
Do we have to officially give the oath, or can I just walk in there and go?
Your fire has range.
Yeah, if you just want to just throw.
Because I do actually have, like, as a second level spell.
Even your cantrip has range.
Yeah.
You can throw
Okay.
it 30 feet.
Oh, okay. I thought that was just. Whoop.
Yeah, it is. And then you can chuck it.
Yeah, I can chuck the fire. Okay, so I chuck the fire.
Just for funsies,
Funsies.
make a throwing check.
Oh god.
Yeah, so it's a
Dexterity,
dexterity.
yeah, dexterity will be fine.
Your dexterity modifier.
Ooh, alrighty. It's gonna be great.
Wow.
Oh, it's only an 18, so we're good.
A 19? Okay. You throw it, and the fireball, like, it looks kind of like you pitched a softball. It goes up, and it hits the book, and the book goes,
It's gone.
And that's it.
and then everyone's kind of quiet for a moment, and then I need everyone to make a dexterity save.
Falgar thinks that was anticlimactic.
I got a 19.
I got it. Wow.
What the heck is with this
21.
16 and
She's good, and he's good. Okay.
19. 16 and 19.
Okay, Falgar?
21.
Okay. A massive wave of magical energy bursts forth from where the book was. It is like
It takes a second, though.
it is like a tidal wave. Like beforehand, Soraeus is like, "Oh, I guess," and then poof. it blows outward. It knocks all of you back. But fortunately, all of you were strong enough to actually make your save so you don't get thrown across the room. So...
Back into the hole.
Back into the hole.
No one goes into the hole. But the magic energy just... It bursts out in just this gigantic wave, and you hear this roar. Like a powerful roar that sounds like it's in agony and frustration.
Would it sound dragonish?
It sounds very
I
dragonish.
can imagine.
It screams and it roars and it crawls feebly, and then there's silence.
Oh, thank God.
Falgar's just laughing madly the whole time. As the wind is just like his face is just being like peeled back.
Is kind of laughing too. Because she falls to her knees and she's just laughing with joy because it's finally over. For the first time in 1,000 years, she can rest. And she is content and pleased, and she's just kind of kneeling there in kind of a stunned state, but just the most absolute joyful smile on her face.
Falgar.
You can give her a hug.
Falgar.
Into a tree.
She doesn't.
Falgar pokes her. I think she's dead.
You give her a hug, and she she doesn't hug you back, but she kind of leans into you a little bit,
Yeah.
and she just goes, "Thank you."
Yeah, so I'm just gonna
Now I can rule the planet.
And then Kalis just kind of he wakes out of his despondency because
Out of
energy
out of
kind
his
knocked him
high.
in his ass.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of running his hands through his hair, and he looks very he looks like a little league coach whose team just lost the big game.
We're going to Dairy Queen.
He by this point he does understand that it was probably the right thing to do, but this is everything he's been going for his whole life.
Kalis, says Vaidoyn. Kalis, I've got you an inn. And I point to the Dryad. Dude, she was there. You have in person any and everything you'd want to know or ask.
And he goes, "That's a good point." And then he kind of hesitates to go up to her because she's kind of in a state right now. But you all can kind of tell by now that it's over. And even the ice on the walls is starting to melt a little bit. It doesn't feel as cold as it did.
Winter has ended.
And things are quiet. You can't hear the golem anymore. You can kind of hear it stomping around a little bit, but there's no sound of it anymore. And all of you that came up from the tower are hit with a vision again. And this vision, like the first one, knocks you all over, basically, mentally.
Oh, God.
And you see visions of time accelerating, and you see the forest melting, and you see life returning to it. And not only that, you start to see the beginnings of swirls of magic coming to this planet again.
I'm so hoping for that.
You see life returning in the best way. People are starting to thrive again, and it's not going to happen instantly. It's going to take hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. But with this dragon slayed, the world can advance, and things will get better. And by the time you wake up, Soraeus and Kalis are kind of staring at you, and
Falgar liked last vision better.
Kalis goes, "Are you guys there?"
Adric is still pissy. He lost a massive source of power he could have used.
He can be pissy. Saved the world.
Falgar's gonna go play with Stone Golem now.
And then
Adric is already stalking his way there to go beat the tar out of it.
Soraeus kind of is I guess that magic must have knocked you out a little bit. You were gone for 10 minutes.
Wow.
We just had some of those brownies.
She's happy to see that you guys are back on your feet. And at this point, as you walk by, she kind of mentions that all the traps would be deactivated by now. Everything that's in there would be gone. So Falgar goes up to the golem.
Adric's already there.
The golem is just not moving at all.
Doesn't matter. Adric is beating the ever-living shit out of it.
You're just beating up a statue, you know.
It's just a statue.
You're taking chunks out of it.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do for you guys,
angrily yelling at it.
Falgar.
If you guys really want to, I can just say that you guys can get the treasure. You can guys go take a look around the thing and pick up what you missed.
I mean, if she's okay with us looting the place,
she's fine with it because
Vaid and Tobin
most of the loot would either be most of the loot would either be stuff that stupid fucking incubus brought with her, which she doesn't care about that guy. That guy was a fucking asshole.
She just let him be there because he's grabbing the place.
So he was relatively quiet and he paid the rent.
Exactly. They didn't bother each other, and she did not have the strength, energy, or patience to try to kick him out. So
had some weird habits, and she was gonna deal with it.
The guy just has all kinds of sex loudly through the walls. But
with these ghouls.
He stays in his room.
So first off,
wait, you killed him? Okay.
Some of the objects in the rooms that are melting are made of gold. You couldn't tell they were made of gold because the ice would cover them. But now that it's kind of melty, you can kind of chip away at it, and you guys get 3,000 gold.
Nice.
Wow.
So that's
Here.
that.
I think Lindsey should keep track.
For that?
Unless it's like special weapons that people take or something.
because I have the party treasure in here. It's with the coins.
Look at you thinking ahead.
I just want to say, I imagine that the book looked like a children's book that said "Big Book of White Dragons" on it in big Comic Sans letters. And there was a cartoon-like caricature of a white dragon on it.
Richard Scarry's Big Book of Dragons.
Yes.
One of the rooms you find looks to be a storage room. A lot of the crates and barrels are empty. There is one chest in it that looks pretty nice. In it is a drift globe.
I don't know what
no idea what that is.
That is a fun magical item. I'm going to look it up right now so I can give you the exact description of it.
Does it drift around?
It's pretty cool, and it would have helped you out if you had found it on your journey, but this will still come in handy. I think it was, it's in here, okay. Where is it?
It should be.
Yeah, it's right there. I can see the picture of it, but I can't find, here it is. It is a small sphere of thick glass that weighs 1 pound. If you are within 60 feet of it, you can speak its command word and cause it to emanate the light or daylight spell. Once used, the daylight spell can't be used until the next dawn. You can speak another command word as an action to make the illuminated globe rise into the air and float no more than 5 feet off the ground. The globe hovers in this way until you or another creature grasps it. If you move more than 60 feet from the hovering globe, it follows you until it is within 60 feet of you. It takes the shortest route possible. If it is prevented from moving, the globe sinks gently into the ground, becomes inactive, and its light winks out. So you just have a...
So it's a torch plus a...
So it just kind of follows you around?
It can cast... so for clarification, it can cast the light spell at will.
The light or daylight?
Light.
Okay.
It can cast daylight once a day.
Okay. So light at will. So that's an at will. And that's one.
So
I'm sorry.
Falgar happens to accidentally activate it, and it freaks him out at first, and it starts to follow him around. And then Falgar smiles. I'll call you Carl. His name is Carl.
And
the
then,
orb.
Let me just make a check because you already got some of the loot already. So, and that'll be it. So 3,000 gold and a drift globe.
Okay.
And that'll do it for this place.
Alright, for now, all that's going in party treasure. We can deal with the rest of that later.
Okie dokie.
So what would have happened if we let the dragon out?
Bad things.
We would have all died.
I have it in my note here. That
TPK.
If they open the book, it's probably the end of the campaign.
Awesome.
Well, new character.
Yep.
Man, Falgar should have opened that.
So
Elevator goes back down, and it flips back to the rest of our
I'll wait till Rob gets back
well,
before we discuss what we do next.
Okay.
So for now, you're just kind of divvying up the loot, and Kalis looks a little bit out of sorts still, and Sorias is happier than she's ever been. So where is Rob? Rob?
Went to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I'll wait then.
He's in the weird bathroom.
Oh, I went to the basement bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just
Named Carl.
Yep.
You guys are done. What are you gonna do next?
So the snowstorm outside has stopped?
Well, do you go back up?
I mean, there's nothing else to do down here, isn't there?
Nope, there's not much else for you to explore.
The elevator hasn't just randomly appeared, has it?
No, it hasn't appeared within your vicinity. But you go back up, and the snow has stopped. Everything's still completely frozen over.
Yeah.
But for one thing, you guys won't take damage from it anymore. It's not that biting cold anymore.
Cool.
It'll take some time for things to melt normally. It's still frigid cold, but it's not being constantly generated anymore. Your fire is still lit. You can see the smoke. And
5 more days, that sucker's gonna stay burning.
Soraya goes, oh boy. She kind of runs her hand through her leaf hair. You guys are gonna put that out before you leave, right?
I mean, Adric goes, lady, I did not make that to burn out.
She rolls her eyes well, I guess I can't have everything here. You're going to burn the whole forest down before it has a chance to recover.
No,
okay?
I won't. I did clear enough space around it that it would only burn the pile.
She she doesn't care. That's still she thinks it's an ice. She's a dryad, okay?
Adric doesn't give a shit.
So what are you guys gonna do? Just
Adric is still very pissy. That's why he gladly said no, it's gonna stay burning.
So what are you doing next?
We should probably head back, says Vade, and see if the elevator came back. I assume we beat the mission that we're supposed to beat.
So you make it through, there's nothing that comes at you anymore, you cleared out. You walk the same path you came from.
Unless the rest of you have an idea of what you'd like to do, other than trying to get our way back to the tower.
Once you get back to where the fire was, you see that cave that you entered from, and it's not a cave anymore. It is an elevator.
Yay!
There's nothing above it, but it looks like if you were just take an elevator,
the TARDIS is back.
And, basically.
Says Falgar.
Just take an elevator booth and just drop it in the middle of the ground. That's what it looks like. And both Soraya's and Kalish are the hell is that?
Yeah, we don't know either. Don't ask. Says Vade.
This is the first time you guys are going to have this chance. Both of them are still standing in front of the elevator. And they're willing to part ways with you.
Adric stomps into the elevator.
Falgar looks at both of them, puts his hands on each of their shoulders. You stay. I go. No following.
So Reyes says that wait, if you guys are really from another world, you guys have a way of traveling to other worlds.
It's shit.
Could I come with you? I'm not from this place, and I would much rather go back to where I came from.
Where did you come from, and how did you get here?
Well, she told you that they pulled an adventuring party from another realm.
Oh, okay, so she was part of the party. So she was part of the party. Okay,
yeah.
I gotcha.
So
just clicked.
They came here the hard way. You guys have a magic elevator. They were pulled in.
Yeah, but it's freaking random. Does anyone want to mention that to her?
Vaden's got nothing against it. Adric doesn't give a shit.
That sounds cool.
Falgar?
Falgar, fine. Falgar, don't fall in the furnace.
So Soraya will go with you.
Actually, she'll probably quite enjoy the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Does what's his face want to come too? Since
Kalis,
this is your ticket to learn all the information you wanted about this. No, Vaden's fine with it. Okay, Vaden's asking him.
Kalis says, well, I mean, I kind of feel like I would rather stay here if for nothing more than to, for one thing, explain what happened here to the rest of the world. But if you ever find yourself in the area, come visit the ABAC Deep Grog Institute of Higher Learning, and we'll have tea sometime.
Vaden turns to the tree lady one more time, the dragon, and goes, can you at least throw this guy a bone and give him a location to go look for more information?
She doesn't do that. What she does is she takes a moment, she asks you guys to wait an hour.
Sure.
And they go back to his camp.
Hang out by the giant bonfire.
And she's like, while we're waiting, put that out, please.
Adric looks at the tower of wood, just engulfed in flame.
Falgar,
don't have the ability.
Falgar, you hear a zipper zip, starts peeing on it. Falgar need more water to drink.
I do not have great water.
There's plenty of snow and ice you can throw on it or something.
Do you know how big I made this goddamn bonfire?
Yeah, just try. She's like, just try.
Falgar's not even 5 feet away. His hair is just starting to singe.
I'm gonna throw snowballs at it just to offend her.
Kalis and her go back to his camp for a little bit, and then while she's doing that, she's transcribing the truth of what happened so that he can write it down. So she gives him the full story as much as she can about what happened and what came to it. And then by the time she gets back, the fire looks a little bit smaller.
Snowball!
But she appreciates the effort.
It was shit effort.
And she kind of makes a quick look around and she also tells Kalis, keep an eye on this and make sure that it goes out before you go back.
I thought we needed 5 days.
Smokey, she's very Smokey the Bear about it.
Only you can prevent forest fires, Kalis.
Especially now that certain people are in charge.
Yeah. So are you guys going back in then?
Adric's been there all along.
Okay, so Adric, when you first walked into the elevator back then, there was only a button going up. That button is gone. There's only one going down now.
Okay. He doesn't push it because he's not that big of a shit. He just sits in there stewing for an hour.
So, she's ready to go now.
These guys are still people that I need because the gods are even more of a shit. Okay. We good?
Yep.
Anything else you need?
No.
Okay, Verm is ready to go.
No, actually, Vaidoyn does want one more thing.
Okay.
All of these trees, what kind of trees are they?
Pine.
Pine? Oh, okay,
yeah.
Cool. Vaidoyn goes and collects a nice, good backpack full of pine cones.
Okay.
Like the unopened kind.
Okay.
That still have the seeds in them.
All right.
He goes and collects a bunch.
Weird.
Do that, and then Kalis is taking up snowball duty.
Yay!
He's throwing. It's desperate, but it's utterly pointless. But it's the effort that she appreciates. So you guys,
he'll die there.
You guys board, and then push the button.
Bong.
The doors close, and again, you hear it rumbling a little bit, and what's up?
You could have done it.
Dang it!
What?
I forgot I have absorb elements. I could have just.
Oh,
God.
You say that, and before everything goes dim, you see Sorayas roll her eyes.
Oh yeah, I'm a druid, right?
Yeah, but before the door closes, you just kind of make a grab at it, and
okay.
I
will
a lot of it goes out.
Totally, completely for that. Okay, that's one of my first levels.
I like the idea of us just being that shit.
I can cast magic spells,
and we're gone.
Before the doors close, you manage to do that, and then you hear it rumble. You hear Kalis go, "What the fuck?" as the elevator sinks into the ground. And then, again, there's just pure blackness. There's pure silence. And it's like that for a little bit. And then you hear more rumbling, and you feel yourselves lower down, and you're back at the ground floor of the tower. The doors open, and there's Quinn and Rasia. And Rasia goes, "Oh my god! You're back! You're finally back!"
How long have we been gone?
It's been 5 years!
What?
Nah, I'm just messing with you. You guys have been gone about a day.
Okay, good. Okay, so time moves the same.
And
hopefully,
you see Quinn roll his eyes. Obviously, she told him she was going to do that, and he did not find it funny at all.
Yeah, no.
So you guys are back down, and Sorayas kind of takes a quick tour of the facility, and she loves the greenhouse.
Vaidoyn goes planting pine cones.
She goes into it, and she kind of settles in and plants her roots, and then you can see life starting to return to her vines and her leaves that make up her body. So she's doing much better now.
19 on a nature check to appropriately plant pine cones in the greenhouse.
you do it, and then she also assists you to make sure they
I can
bloom.
help.
Yeah, you also have a druid. You have a druid and a dryad who can help out.
That's fine.
Planting party.
So you go and do that.
It's gardening time.
Gardening.
So,
Have a tea party too.
So for one thing, Johnathan knows how to work the furnace now because you said he was going to do that.
Yeah.
He took a look at it. It's relatively simple. You just need someone who's like kind of knows his way around a machine. You put the item in, you pay the amount, and then the new item comes out. You didn't get a chance to test it on anything because you didn't have any magical items to test it on, but that's...
Tested on Chester.
Carl.
Carl.
Yeah.
Do you want
Let
it?
us test it on this Carl you have.
That's up to
Are you
you,
gonna?
buddy.
It's
That's
do
you
you
talking
wanna
to
do it?
yourself.
I mean, Falgar has strong attachment to Carl.
All right.
but Carl could come out better or worse. What you can see, for one thing, I just want to explain this right now. What you can tell is that the object isn't destroyed and a new one is created in its place. The object's properties change, so it's still the same object. So it'll still be Carl. He'll just be different.
Oh, let's see. I think Falgar's okay with that. It's like giving Carl a makeover.
Yeah, exactly.
Falgar had a makeover once. He had a nice belt. Let's give Carl a nice belt.
Okay, let me just pull this up then because the way I'm doing this is that I'm just going to the 5e homebrew and I'm just scrolling down until I find an object that looks similar and I'm just going to give it to you.
Okay.
So are you going to throw it in?
Yep.
That'll cost you... This is... I think it's just an uncommon.
Oh, you have to throw in money too? Or?
Yeah, it's a trash for gold machine.
Okay.
So let me just...
500.
let me just check the rarity of it first, because that's how I did the price, and I can't remember what I wrote down for this one. It's like, I'm at 200. 200.
Okay, we'll just take that out of party treasure.
Yep.
Okay,
So
we
you...
now have 2,800 gold. And
Let me see if I can find something that looks...
You see, comrades, when we put Carl in furnace, out come...
let me just pull up a few, and I'll give you the one that I think is the best.
That's. I'm gonna try and run Johnathan as that for his
Johnathan
voice.
will be...
A Russian
will be
cosmonaut.
Russian.
That's what Johnathan is. He's a Russian cosmonaut. So it's like Planet of the Apes, except he was a cosmonaut and he flew through
I don't know. I still
in
think
a dimension.
I feel like he was a gnome. Like the gnomes in their space mission needed a guy, and they're like, yeah, this guy, and they all talk Russian too.
Da.
The gnomes are Russian, and they attempted to go to space, and they borrowed Johnathan.
Let us go to the stars, comrades.
Oh, I'm not giving you that one. No way. Ooh, this one would be fun. You throw it in. It used to look like a nice glass, like slightly tinted blue kind of glowing ball.
Mm-hmm.
You throw it in. The machine springs to life. It whirs and like flames, like sparks, like shoot out of it a little bit.
Just let him write his assignments.
Then it.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought we were just doing this as a group item.
It
But...
dings.
Yeah, take it.
Oven timer dings, and the hatch underneath it opens up. And the orb that comes out is a dark blue black. It looks like a marble with like a swirling cosmic shape into it. It's completely it's completely opaque now. You can't see through it, but like there are swirls of like dark purple and blue energy amidst the blackness in it. You now have an orb of anti-magic.
You see, friends. Now Falgar, you have new Carl. He
is now Carol.
He is gender fluid.
Carol.
He is
The fluid inside ball is gender.
sure. And this is I am expert now at using machine. This is not my first rodeo.
Insight check. Nope, he's not an expert.
So the orb,
Shut your whore mouth.
when you're holding the orb, you can cast anti-magic field. It has a range of 30 feet.
We're giving this to Falgar.
Is that a once per day?
It is a once per day.
Once per day anti-magic field. No, actually, giving that to Falgar is the best thing ever.
Okay.
The problem with it is that it has hit points and it has an AC of 14. So
Okay, so
if
orb.
Falgar is holding, what I'm going to say for this is that if Falgar is holding it and he's using it, any attacks that hit Falgar will also roll against the orb.
Ooh. So
So-
it's AC 14.
Yes,
What's its HP?
200. And I will also say that if you have like
200,
a spell
wow.
that can like restore item, they will heal the hit points on this one.
Okay. No, giving that to Falgar is the best thing ever.
So once per day.
Once per day, you can cast anti-magic field.
Because if we've got a shit magic user that's just pissing us off, we just...
You can just shut him the hell down.
yeah.
And then Falgar just walks
runs
in
out.
and beats the crap out of
Right.
it.
That's the best thing ever.
Oh yeah, we have all this other stuff that we got.
Yes.
Let me consolidate.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing for Falgar to have. Actually, I would say better than the daylight ball.
Alright, I agree.
Okay.
Anti-magic field is better than that daylight ball.
Alright,
Yeah.
so in addition to Carl, who's not Carl,
Carl, who is now Carol.
His
Carol.
Carol. He is
we
both.
still have
Why
in
not?
total 3,200 gold. We still have a short sword if anyone wants it.
Vaidoyn would like to try the gold into random item.
Oh, the trash for gold, the
Thanks.
magical item dispenser?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I just pick a gold amount that I'm going to put in?
No, there's a list of objects, and what happens is every so often the list randomizes.
Oh, okay.
So-
It'll give me a list I can pick off the vending
Yes.
machine list of what there are. Okay.
For this one, I wrote these down actually.
Okay, and I'm going to assume I don't know what the items do until it comes out. And I can...
You can make a check to like determine what you think it will do.
okay, fair enough.
It'll be like an Arcana or whatever check.
fine.
The 6 items on this one are Qual's Feather Token, a Pearl of Power,
Which feather token?
Qual's.
Yeah, which one?
Oh, are there more than one?
There's like 7.
Let me check on that.
Vaidoyn does know that. He's
Okay.
heard of the feather tokens, but they're common magic items. He's just
let
going to
me-
know them.
Let me check, and then
Yeah, there's
I
a-
will pick one.
There's like
Um,
anchor, fan, tree,
Rob,
whatever.
what kind of magic item did we get to start off with? Like, as level 5?
Uncommon.
Okay, I'll have to find one for Johnathan. I didn't look one yet.
Want me to pick you a decent one to start? But give him a handy
here we
sack.
are, here we are.
Hubert handy happy sack.
He might.
That's
Yeah.
an uncommon item.
item.
And as a jack of all trades,
Or, no, bag of holding I thought is uncommon too.
it is. But the handy sack
I
is
thought the bag of holding was better. I was just reading it.
yes and no. It's a full action to take something out of the bag of holding. It's a bonus action to take it out.
Yeah,
of the
but you
handy
can
sack.
suffocate things.
It is bird.
Okay, call so the token bird. Interesting. I don't know what that one does.
There is a Pearl of Power, an Ion Stone of Protection, a Rod of Security, and a Ring of the Ram.
Are these all the same monetary amount for all these?
No, the way I have it set up is based on their rarity. in the
Can
book.
I have the monetary amounts of the ones that you of the things you said?
Okay, so it was. I should have written this down. I had it in my memory, and I forgot to actually write it down. It was uncommon is 200.
Okay.
Rare is 500, and legendary is 1,000.
I don't know that though, based on the
Yeah.
items.
So which one I can?
I just want on
Okay.
the list. Like, what are they? What are their
Qualls
prices?
are rare. The Pearl
Okay,
of
actually-
Power. So that's 500.
Rare 500.
Yeah. The Pearl of Power is uncommon, so that's
Okay.
200. The let me just look it up because I have it right here. I'm close to that section. The Ring of the Ram is rare, so that's 500.
Mm-hmm.
The Rod of Security is very rare, so that's 700.
Is that a wondrous or just very rare?
Very rare.
Okay. The ring of security.
Yes. And then the Ion Stone of Protection is protection is also rare, so that's 500.
I almost want to buy the ring of security and the iron stone. Are you guys okay with that?
Sure.
Spending $1,200?
I don't care.
I don't know what they both do.
Do you?
I'm going to try and make a quick Arcana check on both and just see what happens.
Okay.
So on the ring, no, I don't know it.
No.
9.
You know it involves rams.
No, the ring of security.
That's the Rod of Security.
Oh, it's a
Rod of Security, Ring of the Ram.
Oh, okay.
So you wanted the rod then?
Yeah, I wanted the rod.
Okay. You know that it's a rod and provides security.
I see. And the iron stone. Well, that's better. 16.
You can determine that it will give you a bonus of protection, a significant boost in your protection.
All right. Yeah.
For what you said, 16
yeah.
and plus 1 AC.
I'm gonna buy the Ioun Stone if that's okay.
Okay. You put in your gold.
Is that 700 gold?
Yeah, you put in your gold. And actually, no, the Ion Stone is rare, so it's 500 actually. 500. Sorry.
Oh. Then, okay.
You put it in there. The machine kind of whirs, and you press the button for it. There's some whirring inside, some clanking, and you hear something drop into the little depository thing on the bottom. You open up the flask and pull it out, and then a small glowing rock.
Does it say requires attunement?
Not this one, no.
Okay, just plus.
Oh no, actually, you know what? This one does. Yeah, I'm sorry, it does.
Okay.
So you have that right now?
Cool. I have a +1 AC.
Yes.
Because I have a glowing rock floating around my head.
Yep. It starts hovering around you very distractingly. Everyone kind of like looks at it and they're like, "Oh, that's gonna get annoying." So
Tiny Carl.
Tiny Carl.
So that one is off. Do you guys want to buy anything else, or do you want to try throwing that into the furnace?
No, I'm okay with that one for now.
Can
I see
you
the
go
player's
over the
handbook?
list again?
What?
Can you go over the list
Oh,
again?
the list of the magical items.
Yeah, that's in the gold for...
Okay, the trash for gold is
Yeah.
the Qual's Feather Token, Bird, the Pearl of Power, the Rod of Security, and the Ring of the Ram.
I don't know what I think of this time.
You good?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Nope. Can I see the DMG?
We'll keep the money for now.
So
I need to look up attunement real quick.
Verm makes his way over to the Doc Fix-Em-Up station, and he heals himself up.
What about... And the treasure, the party treasure, we still have 100 golds worth of accessories, random.
Yeah, that's just like junk. That just counts as gold.
Okay.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. If I'm like, do we want to just throw that in the wall of holding? Just call it
That's
good?
just flavor text that converts to gold.
Is
Okay.
Doc Fix 'em Up puts us back at full?
Yeah, full and restores your diet, your spells and everything. Cures you of anything that might be afflicting you.
Okay.
And the spells.
And it's free too, so you just go ahead and use that, and you're all back up.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to do that too.
And then none of you guys picked besides Falgar. None of you guys picked your spells. Your
Neither one of my
neural network spell.
Neither one of my characters trust that machine yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't trust it either.
Okay. Does Johnathan trust it?
Johnathan, try anything.
Okay.
He game. He probably would have done this before they got back,
Okay,
though.
so
So we're retroactively adding that.
well, I mean, he was away.
He was
Party
away, so
Johnathan
it wouldn't have mattered. He just would have done it while you guys were away, and he was bored.
Okay, so at this point, all of you guys feel invigorated.
Oh,
And
man.
what that means is everyone levels up by one.
It means you know.
Alright.
So while you guys are doing that, I'll go over Nick. I'll have Nick take a look at the neural network spells so he can pick one for Johnathan.
Okay. Johnathan actually puts more thought into this
Oh,
than
is that-
Falgar did.
Yeah.
To recap, does that every character level
All of your
up?
characters level up by one.
Yeah,
not just the ones that went on the adventure, because that'd be annoying and stupid.
Alright, making sure.
Yeah.
So,
Let me actually scroll down so that you don't see my campaign in the future, Nick.
Sorry. It's good. Johnathan find weird campaign thing in neural
Johnathan
network.
finds truth.
Yes.
Okay, so you can just scroll down from here and pick one.
Oh, that's right. I gotta read all these again.
Okay, you're only allowed to attune 3 items at a time. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was 2.
Nope.
Interesting.
And Falgar ended up with
Okay,
farming.
that's
That's
what I
right. Yeah.
And I'm guessing people can't get the same
we
one.
can use my book. over
You
there
can if you want to take it. I just don't
Okay.
know why you would want to take farming for your
Again.
other character.
Well, if
Help
there's
you.
Thank you.
if there's an
Or
RPG
actually,
around,
player's
then
handbook right here. We can use that
two
faster.
people could
Yeah.
take advantage of it.
Alright, so you are a what?
Let's
Monk?
do... Yeah, we'll do Azar.
Since you got it open?
Yep.
Fortunately, the characters I have for the future are all level 6 already, so I don't have to roll them up again.
Level 6. First thing you get is
Oh,
an
no.
additional key point.
Don't do heat on farm in
6 key
the.
points.
Yay! Oh, here, I can just write over that.
Your bonus speed goes to 15 instead of 10.
Bonus speed goes to 15. Oh, you mean the honor?
Either roll a d8 plus your con modifier, or take 5
You
plus
should
your con
add a
modifier.
new one.
Right.
Something like the
Okay.
So that's
the words of Confief.
Yep. That's added under your points.
Yeah, Confief.
Oh god, no. Summon an orange troll with bad hair to your location.
Summon Confief.
Your fists are magical weapons.
They're registered.
They are.
If a creature.
They just count as magic. So if Ben ever asks, are your weapons magic?
Alright,
You may say yes.
This under attacks.
Your fists are magic.
Fists are magic.
Kind of like my sword for Vaidoyn is magic.
There
You
we
get
go.
a new
Fists are
feature.
Magic.
I like that.
Another one!
Shadow Step, yes.
Okay,
That's your teleport one.
Oh, I get to teleport now! I'm so excited for this character.
Can that move at all, or is
The fire beating sphere?
yeah,
Shadow-
where it's summoned it stays?
It's summoned where it stays where it's summoned.
Oh.
And it's in dim light or darkness.
Perpenlates.
Bonus action.
Choose one MMO.
That's the one you got!
I know.
Teleport up to 60 feet. To a space you can see. In dim light or darkness.
Oh wow.
Which one?
Q's invisibility.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Become lonely.
And you then have advantage on your next melee attack.
What's the duration?
What, for your invisibility?
Yeah.
It is oh, I wrote it down. It's we'll say it's 10 minutes.
Okay.
So you can teleport.
So I'd be lonely for 10
Yeah.
minutes.
That is a fun ability. That is a super fun
I'm
ability.
excited for this one.
Well, because you can also, since you can cast darkness,
Yeah.
you can be like, darkness over there, and blip, I'm over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So you're done with that character.
I'm done with that character.
Alright, there's one down.
Next one's Druid or
Druid.
Cleric.
Technically
Well,
cleric.
you can do either, but if she's a cleric,
Wow.
mostly cleric,
That was good.
I feel like
you have what? How many? You need to know how many levels in each. That's the thing.
I think I did 2 in druid and 3 in cleric.
Let's see.
I'm pretty certain.
Druid shape for Druid Circle. Yeah, you have 2 in Druid, so mark that down. So 2 and 4.
2, alright, then 4 in cleric.
Okay, so your 4th level in Cleric.
Yep.
For Clerics. First off, you get to roll a d8 plus con modifier or take 5 plus con modifier.
But I can go with that. Okay, I just had a straight 50.
You may either add +2 to one of your stats, +1 to 2 of your stats, or gain a feat.
See any that stand out, Nick?
Yeah, I like Grove of Plants
Alright.
and
plus
Mind
1.
Blark. I might go with Mind Blark if nothing else.
Okay.
I just want to see end wall. Oh yeah, the wall.
No. Yeah, Endwall's the big
Oh,
one.
can't go any further?
You would add to that score. Your magic item is making it that
That's
score.
right. I forgot about that. I thought.
So no. Currently your strength is as high as it can go,
Like it's not a 0.
but you don't really need them.
No,
They don't do
I don't.
anything. For you, this one, and this one are your 3 skills.
Yes, I will take that
You
one.
put
Which
2
one
in
are
that
you
one and
taking?
get you out.
Mind
How would that?
Mind block?
Blark. I think they cannot speak any of
It doesn't. Putting a +2 in there would be the same as putting
Yeah,
a +1.
Mind Blark.
But the
Okay.
next time you get an ability score improvement, you'd be able to put a +1 in there and bump it up to 20.
Just
Write
for
that down.
verbalizing the spell, I'm just going to say what it does so that it's on recording. Mind Blark. Each creature within 100 feet of you must make an intelligence saving throw. Each creature who has failed has their brains filled with the sound of dogs barking underwater. While they hear this sound, they are incapacitated and deafened. The effect lasts for 1 hour or until spelled by the caster. It is a once per day spell.
Okay, next thing you have is
Must make intelligence.
Yes, intelligence check. A
You
saving
get
throw.
another
Yeah,
cantrip?
saving
What's the DC on
second
that?
level spell.
Do we-
For your character, because you're not a spellcaster.
Uh-huh. Well, I am a spellcaster. Jonathan
yeah.
is.
Spell slots.
Then it's your
Do you have that
spell level.
Okay, I have to figure out my
For
spell
many
level.
How many spells you can get? Here you go. Right here.
So what,
So you
10
should
plus
be at
spell level
4 and
plus
3.
something?
Yeah. Plus
One
proficiency.
and
I think it's proficiency plus level plus 10.
Okay.
Say 4 and 3.
Okay, 4 and 3.
And then go to your list and add another cantrip to your list.
Cantrip.
Yay!
Or be blind and deaf.
My turn.
Be blind, incapacitated, indefinite.
Warlock. What do I get at level 6? For being a stabby lock. I believe I get 68.
For 1 hour.
That's right. These
Yes, for
changed
1
too.
hour.
What does?
That goes to 68s.
Oh.
Which may change depending on how broken it ends up being.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
I mean, being incapacitated is kind of big.
Yeah. That's only if they,
I mean,
if they
it's-
fail their intelligence.
Yeah, it is once a day, so I don't know. We'll
We'll
see.
see. We'll see what happens.
How am I going to calculate my spell level, Rob?
What do you mean?
My caster level?
You take
Johnathan.
every class that has spells.
Yeah.
You take all their levels and add them up. That's your spellcaster level.
So I...
So there's a thing in here.
Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, Ranger has spells. All my guys have spells.
Yeah.
So I'd be...
6
5?
plus proficiency.
Here, 1 second. Let me make sure I get it right for here, because some of them I think are half levels. Which is, abilities, skills,
Oh yeah, I'm Rogue level 2 now.
Yay!
How do you spare the dying?
Or maybe Warlock level 2.
What do you want to do? Multi-classing, you said?
Yeah.
163. Okay. Spells. So for multi-classing spells,
Alright, I'm going to take Spare the Dying as my new cantrip.
Alright.
determine what spells you know and compare
I
for
can
each class.
stabilize
individually.
people at 0 hit
I
points.
need to know.
Oh, hey, there you go.
I need to know my
Perfect.
DC
We'll
is
need
going to
something
be.
like that.
That's what I'm guessing.
Working on it. Okay, yeah, you just add all your stuff together. Okay, so you should have... what total level of spellcaster are you?
I'm
6
going to be
level?
6 level.
Alright, so then you should have 6 level 1 slots, or excuse me, 4 level 1 slots, 3 level 2 slots, and 3 level 3 slots.
Hold on.
4, 3, 3 for first, second, third level spells.
4, 3, 3?
Yeah, 4, 3, 3. So 4 first level slots, 3 second, and 3 third level slots. The spells you can pick from and the numbers that you know are specific to each class. So like if you're a level 1 wizard, you can only pull from whatever level 1 spells he knows or whatever.
Oh, okay,
If you're a
yeah.
level 1 rogue or whatever, you can only pull from it.
So you're just going to learn a whole lot of, like,
You
Tiny
know
ass
simple
spells.
Right, you know a bunch of tiny ass spells, but you still have level 3 slots.
Mm-hmm.
So if one of your spells says you can cast this at a 3rd level slot, you can still burn that on one
Yeah.
of your lower crappy
Okay.
spells. Okay. Yeah, that's what you need.
What's my DC, though? For
I think it's just whatever the basic DC for any of these things is. So 8 plus proficiency plus...
Oh, it's 8 is
Yeah,
the base.
It's
Okay.
8. 8 plus proficiency plus... Well, it's whatever modifier is
Oh, for the
class.
The
Whatever the class uses.
Oh, okay.
So, for instance, like wizards use intelligence modifier, warlocks use charisma modifier, clerics use wisdom modifier.
But I am all of those.
Are they all the same number?
No.
Well, so that's the thing is, if you cast a wizard spell, you use 8 plus proficiency plus intelligence modifier. If you cast a warlock spell, 8 plus proficiency plus charisma modifier.
What kind of spell is that, Ben?
We'll say that one is...
Which type of modifier does it use? I'm going to continue on with my...
We'll say intelligence.
Okay, so +1. So
Okay, level 4 level lock.
it's not that great. 1, 2, 3, 12. DC of 12.
Okay, the bonus cantrip.
Alright, well, you guys let me know.
Okay.
I'm going to stop the recording so we don't have so much dead air.
Okay.
Yeah.